Hey everyone, welcome back. And this is my review of Higurashi Kai, episode 11. Wow, quite a bit happened in this episode, goddamn. First off, the whole thing with Satoko finally got resolved, and no, she didn't die, thankfully. Her uncle got arrested, and because she did confess to the police, finally. I'm not saying that saying in that tone against Satoko, because I know it's really difficult for a kid like that to confess. Okay, I'm aware of this, but still. Rika finally got her to confess. Okay. And so she was finally saved from her abusive uncle. I honestly kind of wish it went more in the route of that failing and then them having to find Satoshi and whatnot. But again, he could very well not even be alive anymore, so who knows. But either way, though. So that part got resolved in the first part of this episode, okay. One thing I do have to say, though, is that the festival actually started, which was supposedly that same day. And, I mean, her bruises and scratches seemed to go away pretty quickly, and she seemed to cheer up pretty quickly, too. Despite the fact that it just ended. I'm just saying, I think that's a bit unrealistic there. It's not really a major complaint, I just thought I'd mention that. So, other than that, though, we also got the festival, and Miss Takano really surprised me here. Like, I always thought she was a really suspicious character. Granted, not nearly as suspicious as Rika, but still. I always thought that she was a really suspicious character. But I never suspected anything like this. Apparently, at least in this universe, she orchestrated Mr. Tomitake's death by giving him some sort of a drug and calling it the level 5 or something like that, in which he clawed out his own throat, basically, okay. And then she disappeared so that people would believe it was, or she ran away and went to hiding, so people would believe it's Orishiro's curse, that he was killed by Orishiro and she was made disappear by Orishiro. Okay. And she's also, apparently the entire hospital, this entire Yaimaru group, or whatever it's called, is working directly for her, and the only ones who weren't aware of it were Tomitake and Dr. Ire. Okay. So she's kind of the one orchestrating a lot of the stuff going on here. Now, they also mentioned something about the, Hinamizawa syndrome or something like that, which I'm guessing whatever this Hinamizawa syndrome is, which has yet to be explained, by the way, is probably the result, I'm going to guess right now and say it's probably the result of most of, if not all of, the tragedies in this entire series. Okay. Now, I don't see how a syndrome can cause time loops. That's something that still they haven't even attempted to explain yet, at least not that I've caught. But still, lots of very interesting dialogue in this episode. Lots of very interesting stuff happened in this episode. So, will Rika die is the big question. Now, here's the thing. Okay, there's two more questions I have here before I end this review. First off, supposedly in this universe, Miss Takano is orchestrating a lot of really bad shit. So here's my question. The first time, I believe it was actually not the first, well, it was either the first arc or the second arc where Tomitake died and she disappeared. All the other arcs, they both died. Okay. I remember that specifically. So I wonder if it was the same thing where she was the one who was orchestrating a lot of this shit in the arc where she disappeared. That's very interesting. Okay, I actually thought about watching the episode and I'm like, maybe that's the case. Secondly, who's going to protect Rika? Because granted, she did tell them to put more security around Rika, but Rika's died in so many of the other arcs, and you'd think that if they both died, they would automatically put more security around Rika to protect her. So, I mean, granted, she said to put more security around Rika, so there's a possibility that she might not die. But she could still very well die. Maybe it won't be enough, or maybe there will be some traitors within the group that will actually kill her. Who knows? Because we still don't know who the fuck always killed Rika and why. Okay, we really don't. Now, granted, Rika, I think, is willing to fight against her fate now, thanks to Keiichi about being killed all the time. I think she's actually willing to fight it now, and she thinks that she might be able to succeed, but still, we don't yet know exactly who always kills her and why. Seriously. But anyways, overall, once again, a fantastic episode of Higurashi Kai. I cannot praise this series enough. I cannot wait for the next episode. I believe there's 2 more episodes left in this particular arc. Okay, then we're going to be moving on to the next arc. This is actually a really long arc. The majority of it focusing on Satoko and her struggles and whatnot, with her uncle. Okay, that's what the majority of it was. But the last, the last 2 episodes of, the last 2.5 episodes basically is not really dealing with that. At least it seems like it's not going to. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.